Hi everybody, we got people just joining us. We're gonna give a few minutes, let people start entering the live chat, and let me get a little closer to the freeway here. Lost my voice a little bit, and the connection will be improving shortly. Once I get to the freeway, the signal on the cellular will go up considerably. So, let's see, I wonder how many people we got in here. Can't tell. Nobody! We got nobody in here. Oh, we do have people in here. Oh, 12 now. Okay, good. It's actually telling me that there's nobody. Alright, so, can you guys hear me? Hope I didn't lose anybody. Can you guys Oh man, lost my voice. I'm hoping this lapel microphone's working with the iPad. I've never used it like this before. Can anybody hear me or not? No one's posting. I don't even know if my stream's going through right now. Almost at the freeway. Looks like the connection's improving a little bit. Oh good, you guys can hear me. Alright, great. Didn't think this would work. I had to use 3 different adapters to be able to get it to be compatible with an iPad. Ooh, roadkill. Alright, about a mile from the freeway now. And if you didn't hear me, yes, I love being back in the Model S. I drive just so much that relying on public transportation was pretty much a nightmare. Going from San Francisco Airport to the Fremont factory was crazy. It would have been $200 by taxi, $70 at the time due to surge pricing by Uber or Lyft. So I ended up taking the BART Light Rail, which was $12.05. Only took about an hour, and it was actually it would have been a good ride, but it is in such poor condition that literally you have to plug your ears when you're riding it. It was so loud and screechy. It was deafening, literally deafening. And there were some people that actually had earmuffs that were riding, and they even provided earmuffs for the train driver, believe it or not. Now, on the bright side, the BART system is electrically powered. And a very nice lady helped me figure out where the heck I was going. So we're gonna hold off on the Model 3 question, just because I can autopilot. No, I can't autopilot. I can't really autopilot on this city road. Oh, we're gonna hit a bad bump. Oh God, love that Milwaukee roads. I can't autopilot and drive and read your questions. So, oh, a Can-Am Spider. Almost to the freeway. Too bad I can't do dual cameras on the iPad, show me and the road at the same time, but it just doesn't work that well. a stop sign. Let's see. Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Awesome, good. How do I think the Model 3 will perform in the snow? I think it will perform just about as good as the rear-wheel drive Model S would do in the snow. The difference is the Model 3 is a lighter vehicle, but it's also smaller. So maybe not quite as well as the Model S, but I think it will do very good. And if you throw on a set of snow tires, I'm thinking it's going to be really good. Probably just as good as the original Model S, and considerably better than any other gas-powered or diesel-powered rear-wheel drive vehicle, which is a big key thing there. Is it will definitely do, no matter what, it's going to do better than its gasoline-powered equivalent. And alright, signal just doubled. So this should be much better now. So on-ramp is right there, and then we will be on the freeway. Just keep in mind, this is rural Wisconsin that we're driving through, meaning cellular signal is little to none around here. On ramp. Let's see, we're at a stoplight. Let's see what we got. Me driving Model 3. No, I am not driving the Model 3. I'm driving my Model S right now. Which camera am I using right now? I am using a iPad mini, first generation iPad mini FaceTime camera. Model 3 or CPO Model S or X. Let's start factoring in all things, all considerations. Okay, can you get a Model 3 for $35,000 US? Yes, but it's going to be lacking many features. While it does have and include the Autopilot 2.0 hardware, you still have to pay, and it looks like reports are saying about $5,000 US to activate the Autopilot 2.0 hardware and driver's assistance features like that. The safety features that are standard on the S will still be standard on the 3. Holy crap, that hawk just picked up a frog. Crazy. So there's an upsell right there. You're looking at about, was it 235 rated miles of range? Let me pull it up on my center screen here. Get some autopilot going. There we go. Now we're on autopilot. Much easier. Still keep my hand on the wheel. And wow, autopilot is doing piss poor today. This is supposed to be one of those silky smooth autopilot updates. While I do have autopilot 1.0, this has been the worst update to date on the 8X firmware for keeping the car in its lane. Let me see here on the screen. Well, it doesn't say. Now there's still a difference in upsell. So if you want more range, okay, 220 to 310. The 4K video of the event is the first section of it is uploading right now, and by the time I get to my destination this evening, I'll be able to put that one live. I did do a 4K upload of the test ride. Okay, back to what I was talking about. All right, you're looking at a minimum of 220 rated miles to 310 rated miles, depending on which Model 3 battery pack you get. If you want the more miles, it's about $45,000 US for the car. And then once you add on activating the autopilot hardware, which for another $5,000. Oh, it's Gus. Hi, Gus. That's the guy that runs the Lincoln dealership here, and I always go, and whenever they get a trade-in Tesla or buy one off auction, I always help them out. And he's driving a VW Golf. So basically what I'm getting at is once you add on all the upgrades, all the features to make it comparable to a Model S, you would have been better off just getting a Model S, a certified pre-owned. You're getting a bigger vehicle, a more luxurious vehicle, faster, quicker, plus you can lock in for the unlimited supercharging yet. Change lanes, follow this Audi. So my opinion still is, unless you can handle not having autopilot, at least for now, you can always activate it further down the road, or you don't need more than about 220 rated miles on a charge, I'm still leaning towards autopilot 1.0 certified pre-owned, or the 2.0s should be just really entering the certified pre-owned market. So I'm still leaning towards the certified pre-owned Model S over the Model 3. Now, if cost is a concern, the 3 is still the next best choice, the basic Model 3. You're not going to have the autopilot, but you'll still have the driver assistance features. It's still an awesome build car. Yes, there are autopilot 2 cars entering the certified pre-owned market. They're just going to start, because I mean it's a newer vehicle as well, so they're just starting. Right now they're moving a lot of the autopilot 1.0 cars as CPO, because there's a lot of people that upgraded to autopilot 2, so they could also get that unlimited supercharging on an autopilot 2 car before that disappeared. So it'll happen. You'll still get an autopilot 2 CPO Model S before you'd probably get delivery of a Model 3 if you were to order. Plus, it is now confirmed the Model 3 will have pay-per-use supercharging. It's not going to get a yearly allowance of 400 kilowatt hours like the Model S and Model X do, or the unlimited if you get it grandfathered in before the deadline. The Model S is still going to be able to seat 5 adults, plus 2 children with a rear-facing jump seats as an option, compared to just 5 adults. You're looking at front and rear trunk giving you 30 cubic feet of space on a Model S, compared to only 15. Yes, if you're talking new vehicles, a new Model S is going to cost considerably more for 300 miles of range than a Model 3. That is correct. But if you're comparing a new to a certified pre-owned, remember, we're talking electric here. So as long as, once again, I state, I personally do not recommend any first-gen Model S or the classic non-autopilot Model S vehicles as a certified pre-owned at all. Just the build qualities back then were not very good. At minimum, I recommend a autopilot 1.0 or newer certified pre-owned. But still, the costs are considerably less for a certified pre-owned Model S, and very comparable to a Model 3. But if you definitely want the cheapest option for autopilot 2.0 right now, then the Model 3 is going to be your answer. Yes, and I got from Tesla Geeks. Let me take a shot of their. They were able to get us a spy shot of the Model 3 key, which was more like a key card than a fob. Personally, I'm among the mindset that the key card has something to do with the eventual ride sharing, Tesla ride sharing that's going to be coming out with the driverless ride sharing. And to be able to use the ride-sharing network, you're going to end up having to have one of these key cards to be able to scan by the door or within proximity of the car before it will let you enter. But in terms of regular functionality, if they've worked out some of the bugs that the Model S and Model X key fobs have provided, you should not even need to remove the Model 3's key card from your wallet, and it will be a nice space-saving design over having to carry a fob in my pocket. Although I do carry a key ring anyways, but it is a space saver and a cost saver, I'd say. Let's see. Yeah, I agree. They are selling the best car in the world, no matter what you are, or no matter which vehicle you choose. You got 3 different cars, all 3 with the best crash rating out there. I think the Model... Okay, someone's commenting. I think the Model 3 they gave rides in Friday evening had the $5,000 premium interior package. Did you happen to see the Model 3 without the premium upgrade? To be honest, I'm not sure if that was a premium upgrade or not. We asked a lot of questions at the event, and most of the answers we got were, I don't know, 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 we can't tell you that, I don't know, we're not allowed to tell you that. Why can't they tell us that? And then a lot of things that we tried getting a look at, we got yelled at and shooed away because we're not members of the mass media with a press pass. I got a spy shot of the trunk on video. That'll be uploaded either later tonight or tomorrow morning. But it's just that they weren't telling us much. Basically, they just put us in the car to let us, whatever we could physically see while we were sitting in the car, that's pretty much it. They wouldn't even let us get a look at the charge port, which was really disappointing. I really wanted to see the charge port. Now, it does use, at least in the U.S., it will use the same style plug as the Model S and X, the Tesla's own design. At least because it has to be compatible with existing superchargers. They aren't making any of the standard Model 3 until later this year. Now all of them are 300-plus mile range with premium features. I can attest to the 300-plus mile range, as the test drive vehicle we were in did have 300-plus mile range. Someone says, as a 2015 owner who upgraded to a 2017 for Autopilot 2 Vaporware, would agree the AP1 remains a better candidate even today. Yes, I have now been in Autopilot 2.0 vehicle for a ride, and even though the latest firmware has really crippled the ability of the car to maintain its lane, even on the Autopilot 1.0, the Autopilot 2.0 is dangerous, very, very dangerous in comparison with the Autopilot 1.0. While it's not something I would recommend, I have no problems taking my hands off the wheel and supervising my Model S going down the road with AP 1.0. There goes a leaf all the way out here. Wow. Where I wouldn't dream of it. It was literally like wee back and forth, weaving back and forth, trying to maintain its lane for the Autopilot 2.0. And I mean, they really need to step up their game on the Autopilot 2.0. It's getting pretty sad at the moment, where technology from 2014 is outperforming their late 2016, early 2017 performance. Let's see what we got here. Will there be anything special for people who queued on the first day of the reservation? A lot of people are referring, when I get asked that a lot. They're referring to what kind of special things is Tesla doing for those first day reservation holders. They already did it. They mailed out a miniature, smaller copy of the Model 3 initial artistic renderings, drawings of the Model 3. It's the same thing that we got at the Model 3 reveal event. The only difference is the one they mailed out is smaller. That was the special thank you that Elon was talking about. If you're referring to, is there anything else, a special feature, a special function, as of right now, no, nothing. The special thing that we are getting as 0-day reservation holders is bumped higher up into the line. Employees first, existing owners second, and then everybody else based on the day and time they reserved and overall distance from the factory. So I'm sorry, those outside North America are going to be waiting until probably late 2018, early 2019 to get their Model 3. Let's see. Hold on. Yes, there was a glass roof. There was a glass roof on the one we went for the test ride in. Home charging speeds are probably going to be that of the Model S. We're looking at, was it 48 amp internal charger now, and then a 72 amp upgraded charger, are what's rumored to be coming in the Model 3. Of course, I asked after we did our test drive later on, and the answers again were, I don't know. They just told me to drive people around and show them some of the functions and the features inside the car. Otherwise, I don't know. That's the response we were getting all night, was I don't know. Very nice employees, but they don't know. Telemarketer. Yes, free supercharging for life of either your ownership or life of your vehicle. I think if you drive a lot, that's going to be a key factor. If any kind of distance traveling, you are going to be better off in a Model S. Why? Because of especially if you can order it this year or get into a certified pre-owned that already has it. The unlimited supercharging, I used 10 megawatts last year supercharging long distance drives. 10 megawatts out of my car's lifetime of about 13.3 megawatts of lifetime usage, especially towing a teardrop trailer. Will the Model 3 have a tow bar? Once again, employees I asked said, I don't know. But as a factory option, I would say no, especially if the Model S does not have it yet, which I see no mechanical reason why the S wouldn't have it and the X does. I think EcoHitch will probably have a tow bar. They'll have a tow bar for the Model 3, just like the S. Where am I heading? I'm actually heading to the Madison Supercharger, where I'll be juicing up, and then heading to Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, to pick up my wife and kids and mother-in-law from my parents' house. No, I don't know if we have to purchase the 19-inch wheel upgrade. Software limited, as in software limited battery packs, I don't know. And I did try sneaking a peek underneath the car to see the little sticker label that's stuck on the side of the battery pack. However, I got yelled at and quickly shooed away before I could even get close. It sounds like I was not the first one of the night to try that. We got a little bit of a rough connection right now. Let's just give it a moment. AC charge speed, I have no answer for that, as no employee could give me a straight answer either. Tesla's question is, Teslas hold up very well in salt and snow because the motors are high up in the car and no engine, and the battery is sealed, so virtually nothing to be rusted. To comment on that, The reason why Teslas hold up so well in the snow is they're mostly aluminum. At least the Model S and Model X is aluminum framed, aluminum bodied, with only a small bit of steel in the pillars and on the bumpers. The Model 3 is supposed to be more steel, less aluminum, obviously to bring down cost. The trick was, I don't know which parts of the car are aluminum. It seemed like the body is still aluminum, but the frame may be steel. It still has an impressive crumple zone, and of course the crash test ratings were off the chart. Okay, lost cell signal there. Give a minute for everybody to reconnect. I'm not sure exactly how it looks on your end. I've never really tried that from that end. Okay, it looks like I lost the connection, or the text messages you guys are sending. So resend the questions. Come on. I can't see the questions at the moment, so I'll just finish off with what I said last and wait for more questions to come in. There goes a Harley driver cutting dangerously between cars. And wow, what a dick. Oh sure, cut off a semi. Cut off a U.S. Army Humvee. Yeah, that's just genius. Still can't see any messages. Back to Model 3 or Tesla competitors. Chevy Bolt. You have the new Nissan Leaf, and I'm sure Volkswagen's coming out with something. Jaguar's got something. But while they might have nice vehicles, again, they don't have something that Tesla has. I know Volkswagen's trying to build it too, and that's the supercharger network. And it's too little, too late. Do you want to buy? I know in the beginning when we bought our Model S's, I bought my first Model S. I had no supercharging network, and then slowly it rolled. Actually, very quickly it rolled out and expanded, which was great. But do you want to wait for another complete new network from scratch to roll out again? Okay, we're live again. Went over a hill, lost signal. I still can't see any messages. That really kind of stinks. So I'm going to see if I can get the messages through on my phone so I can still respond to questions. Possibility. Oh, yep, there it is. Turn the volume down. Cool. Let's see. There we go. Live chat. There we go. Oh, that's better. All right, there we go. Now I can read the messages up here on my phone instead of having to look down here. Much easier. Does the monitor suffice for speedometer info? Yes. Well, I still like having a dash screen. I was extremely impressed by the video quality and the overall layout of the Model 3's screen. It actually appears, and I'm going to say appears, to be a 4K display, or at least something similar to Apple's Retina. The resolution is considerably higher than the Model S center screen. The layout of how they laid out, it would be great if whoever was working on the design team for that would actually fix all the F-ups that they have on the design of the Model S and X center screens, and given a much higher resolution, or at least I looked pretty darn close, and it definitely looks like there's more pixels per inch than on the Model S and X. I definitely think because of the higher resolution, they'll be able to get more onto the same screen. And I was impressed by that. What I was not impressed at is how it looks like they put some sticky tape on the back and just slapped it right on the dash. They called it a floating screen. I call it getting broken from kids or getting bumped. It just looks like it was an afterthought instead of designed around it like the Model S and X are. Let's see. Home charge rates are listed different for each battery size. Oh, really? Seems weird. You would think same AC charger and all. 30 amp small battery, 40 amp big. I think that's kind of a stupid idea. That's just another separate charger, unless they just software limited it. But considering that the original, even though they never produced any, the original Model S 40 kilowatt hour battery pack could still have a dual charger. It was optional, and you could have ordered it like that. And this was before they got rid of the 40 kilowatt battery pack for the S. I think that would be kind of stupid and ridiculous to limit charge speeds. That's one great strength that Tesla's always had, is that they will always charge faster than the competition. And by limiting the charge speed, you get rid of that. I could see maybe a slower charge speed at superchargers, especially considering a smaller battery pack, and possible more limitations on cooling. But for home charging, I think that's a folly. Does the monitor tilt towards the driver? Is it adjustable? Now, before the event, when I was at the owners, the referral program appreciation event in June, I asked, and I was told it was not adjustable, and it did not appear adjustable last night at the event, or on Friday night at the event. I need mine to be adjustable. Is the screen layout adjustable? Okay, same question. But it does not look like it. It looks like it's pretty solid in there, like the BMWs are. Let's see. The dual motor car will start production according to Tesla's timeline next year. Okay, here we go. 2017 production begins in the U.S. Customer deliveries begin October. Production of the standard battery begins in November. 2018 all-wheel drive production begins in spring. Oh, there we go. Model S just went over the line, even though it sees it perfectly clear. International deliveries of left-hand drive vehicles begin second half of 2018. Production of right-hand vehicles begin in 2019. Okay, I already touched on that for anything special coming in the for first day deliveries. No, nothing really special is coming. What special is you're getting is you get your car sooner. No, layout is not custom. You can't change fonts or speeds. You can change what's displayed. Now, when I got the video of the test drive that we did coming, it's uploading literally right now at home, so I can put it live. Hopefully, by the time I get to my destination, When I asked if he could put on the backup camera, and he did, it took up pretty much the entire right half of the screen. So it looks like it might only be possible to have one thing displayed at a time as an optional thing instead of two on our 17-inch displays here. And that's just due to probably the limited size. Any spoiler option, there does not appear to be a spoiler option at this time, although I have a feeling that just due to the outline of the car, a aftermarket or actual Model S spoiler might fit, and of course aftermarket anything will fit. Is there a roof rack coming and a tow bar coming for the Model 3? I already touched on that. I doubt there's going to be a factory tow bar, but I'm sure there will be an aftermarket from EcoHitch. Roof rack, I looked, I did not see any attachment points for the roof rack, although I'm sure you could get a suction cup mount rack for the all-glass roof. Hola, 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 yes, hi. Someone, oh, Model 3 Owners Club, hi. According to Model 3 Owners Club, roof rack mounting will be available on all roofs. Okay, a question was, when you are in manual control, can sensors be used to enhance the driver experience like a cyborg, or is it just manual or autopilot? The answer to that is a yes and a no. If you're manual driving, true manual driving, you're also controlling the speed yourself. Then all you have are the regular collision warnings and collision, some of the accident avoidance features in a way. To take real advantage of collision avoidance or any of the sensors and features, you'd have to have at least traction-aware cruise control on. With traffic-aware cruise control, or adaptive cruise control, also known as, the car will still vary the speed and bring you to a complete stop, and also apply full braking force as needed in case of an accident. The only thing with TACC is it will not steer for you. With autopilot, it will also do the steering. Basically, I use TACC at times when autopilot is not available, and I use autopilot when autopilot is available. I pretty much use TACC anytime I can. I hate manually controlling my speed. I just prefer setting it with a stick and going from there. What do I think about charging time for the Model 3 and new battery cells? How long charge time? I'm thinking it's going to be similar charge time to the Model S and X. One smaller battery pack, but two at the same time. It's probably going to be a less powerful cooling system for the battery as well. And since the pack is smaller, it gets to full quicker. But since the pack is smaller, you have to vary the rates. You can still dump a lot in at empty, but you're going to have to taper much sooner. I have a video up showing charging speeds comparing the original 60, the original 85, and my 90D, and charge times to full and supercharging are pretty much identical, pretty close to the same in all three of them. The only times where the charge speeds varied were when charging from non-supercharger, so AC powered charging, and that's just because on non-supercharging speeds, you're not hitting the pack's charging limit. You're hitting the ability, the onboard charger, or the ability to what you're plugged into. You're hitting that limit. How many orders do you think employees and current Tesla owners would have on the Model 3? Now, employee orders consist of all Tesla employees and SpaceX employees, and I got mixed answers for if they're including Solar City employees, but I'm thinking it's just going to be, I'm leaning more towards SpaceX and Tesla employees. if that's the case, you're looking at least 5, maybe 10,000. Then you're looking at probably another 10 or 20,000 for existing Tesla owners. So those of us that already have an existing Tesla, according to my Tesla page, I'm going to be getting, I could be getting my Model 3 sometime between October and December of 2017. So if you're a Tesla employee or own an existing Tesla, you'll be able to get your more loaded version this year. If you're waiting for the $35,000 version, standard battery begins in November. So the soonest would be November, the earliest October for an existing owner. And you can defer your delivery or your production until 2018 if you want to wait for the dual motor. Awesome. Let's see. Is there a noticeable difference between the concept car trunk and the production trunk? Yes. Yes, a big difference. Now, the concept car, the prototype cars that we got to drive and take rides in back last year in, was it April? They had a teeny tiny trunk. I rate it as a 2-body trunk. Whereas the Model 3, I rate it as a 6-body trunk. And that's how I rate my cars in trunk size. So yes, it is much bigger. I did not get a personal view of the front of the Model 3. So I'm going to have to go off of photos that I've seen. And the front, and I didn't get to see the front on either the prototype or the current in person. But the front does look to be fair-sized, at least comparable to the refreshed front-end Model S. Nowhere, it is considerably smaller than the non-refreshed Model S dual motor, and it is, of course, everything's tiny in comparison to the rear-wheel drive Model S, original rear-wheel drive, where I could lay down flat almost in a rear-wheel drive. I'm short though. There goes a Model X. Cool. This is a busy Tesla day on the road. Let's see. Just to recap, Ed, you will have to pay every time for supercharging on the Model 3. Yes, I did order the Model 3. I don't know if I'm going to be reselling it or keeping it yet. I doubt I will be keeping it. Number one, no unlimited supercharging or supercharging credits. And man, do I use those supercharging credits. Number two, it is a smaller vehicle. And my Model 3, or my Model S90D can go far, maybe not as far as a Model 3 with the big pack. But I can do, when it was new, I could do 294 on a charge. If I hypermile, I can do well over 300. Plus, I can tow with my Model S, bigger trunk, and I'm looking into retrofitting jump seats in the back of my Model S. Now, if Shaolei had her driver's license and I had more money, definitely would get the Model 3 for Shaolei to drive around as a city car. But she does not have her driver's license and has never driven a car. We're working on her driver's license. She'll be getting her temps soon. And connection, let me see. Who was in the front passenger seat? I was asked who was in the front passenger seat at the Model 3 event. That was Bjorn, and his friend John was next to me in the back. Let's get over this hill. Signal should improve a little bit. There we go. I can see the tower now. Hold on. Let's see. Signal's getting better. No, glass roof does not appear to be a standard. That is a optional premium upgrade. So yes, definitely I'd love to get a Model 3 and YouTube about it, but while it is a different vehicle, it just does not meet my family needs, because if now we did lose our baby on July 5th, and I almost lost Shaolei on that following weekend. We're going to try again for another child, and that would be 3 kids and 2 adults. So my Model S would already be packed. So I am attempting to get my hands on some rear-facing jump seats and retrofit those into the trunk of my 90D. So that way I could at least have room to bring an extra passenger. Example, right now I can fit my mother-in-law in the car, but once we have another baby, it ain't going to happen. The entire back seat's going to be full. And since Shaolei doesn't drive, what are we going to do? Call somebody up every time we need to drive someone else around? But at least if I can get jump seats in the trunk of my car, I'll be able to put maybe Jean and Vincent in the back, so I can at least have 1 extra passenger, if not 2, if I can also get Vinny to sit in the back, which will be an uphill battle. How is the headroom? The headroom was great. Let's see, it was actually felt easier to get in and out of than my Model S does. It'd be nice though if the doors did open slightly wider, which it does not, but I think it was easier for me to get in and out, and I have no problems getting in and out of either. I'm short. I'm 5'6", 5'6", and and the headroom was pretty darn good too. It didn't dip down as low as the Model S does, so that was pretty good. As a comment of for the jump seats, no, don't retrofit. I won't have the extra protection that Tesla builds into the back. The difference between getting jump seats and not getting jump seats is what's called the double bumper, and I actually have a double bumper. So when I do retrofit, I can throw the double bumper into the back, and I will have the protection that the factory jump seats would get. Now, I have not gotten to sit into the driver's seat of the Model 3 yet. Now, Cody, you're 6'7". Oh my God, you're a giant. Now, Uncle Tom, Shaolei's aunt's husband, is about 6'6", 6'7", somewhere around there, and he had no problems getting in and out of my Model S. I don't know how he would fit in my Model 3. Now, my dad is 6 foot, and he complains and whines every time he gets in and out of my car. So, although my dad is, he should have retired a while ago, and health-wise, he's not as good of health as Uncle Tom. So, take it as you would there. Do I think that insurance companies will charge higher than average prices for the Model 3 like they have started to do with the S and X? My answer to that would be, depends on what Tesla does about this, the aftermarket, or the certified body shop boondoggle that they've dug themselves into. A lot of the cost for repairing the Model S and X is because it's aluminum. Not only is it aluminum more expensive to repair, on top of that, they are forcing people to become certified body shops, or forcing shops to become certified, which is an added very high cost. So those shops are tossing that high cost and trying to dump that high cost off onto the people getting the body work and repairs done. On top of that, Tesla is extremely slow at getting body shops the repair parts. Something like a bumper is easy. A door is not. I've seen way too many people complain that they are waiting 4, 5, even 6 months for parts from Tesla. Okay, dude, why are you slowing down? Okay, you got your flashers on. Don't slow down in the middle of the freeway. Pull over off the freeway. Oh, he's on a spare. Drive on the shoulder to the next exit. Don't keep driving on the freeway. And that guy passed an exit. Oh, we're almost to Madison already. Wow. Oh, this has almost been an hour long. So, let's see. What do I think about the future Model Y and the pickup truck? Well, the Model Y I thought was supposed to be the pickup truck. Hold on, signal check. Okay, signal's a little low. Let me wait till we get to the top of this hill here. There's another tower right on the other side. Waiting for better signal yet. Okay, signal should be improving right about now. And that it is. Okay, so Model Y, I thought the Model Y is supposed to be the pickup truck, to the person asking the question. We've already seen a tease of the front end, and I've dug through Tesla's press page for photos and images. It looks like the Model Y is going to be similar in front end to the Model X, most likely the same, or pretty close. But it's going to be using the Model 3 motors, and probably the new battery pack as well. Yes, you can have your key card in the wallet and just touch or be near the car for it to unlock, similar to the X and the S. Oh, key card is backup that you swipe from the B pillar. Should the add-on options be cheaper in the Model 3? Personally, yes and no. Yes, because it's supposed to be the lower cost vehicle. No, because if they made the options too cheap, then they're really going to be digging into Model S sales, which Model S makes them a ton more money per vehicle. Now, for the $5,000 for the Autopilot 2 hardware, or to activation, what you're really paying for is the hardware. Those PX2 chips, or computer boards, that Autopilot 2 uses are not cheap. And then on top of that, design of the software is not cheap. Although I guess you can also argue, for at least on the software end, that no matter if they have one Model 3 on the road or a million Model 3s on the road, it's still going to cost the same to develop the software. Whereas you're paying for the hardware right now. And the hardware is the expensive part, even though they're including the Autopilot 2 hardware in every car, and you have to pay to activate it. I really don't see people not activating it down the line. I mean, some people might order, like they did with the S and the X, without Autopilot active, and then activate it down the line. I think that's the people I've talked to that more so do that are because they can afford to get the car now and at least start driving it and taking the cost-saving benefits of driving electric and what other benefits that you might factor in as well. And then as they have more money down the line, activate that. Oh, here's our turnoff for Madison Supercharger. Do I know something about the Tesla Model 3 app? It's the same app as the Model S and the Model X. That would be completely stupid to develop a new app from the ground up that's going to provide pretty much the same features. As for the Tesla ride sharing, nobody knows what that's going to be except for Tesla at this moment. Yes, I mentioned before, yes, there is regenerative braking, same as the Model S, or at least it looks similar. So yes, with all four models together, it will spell out sexy. Remember, the Model 3 was actually supposed to be the Model E, but Ford sued Tesla, so Tesla changed it to 3 instead of E. Cody asks, do you mind if I meet you at Madison? No, I'll be here. I got 72 rated miles remaining right now. I'm going to charge until I have 200. I would personally, the question was, would I pay for the Model 3 hardware now? I did with my car with the Autopilot 1, but Autopilot 2 is different, and then self-driving features down the line. Yes, I would personally get it. If you're going to take out a loan on the car, you're better off just rolling it all into the same loan, especially if you get a stupid cheap interest rate like like at Pentagon Federal. My interest rate was 1.45%. So basically, over the course of my entire loan, they're only going to make like, I think it came to like $1,800 off of me for a 6-year loan, even though I'm paying it off. And on top of that, I'm paying it down quicker, early. Yes, I do think that you should just get it right off the bat. Although you can also argue, like what they did with the battery packs on the Model S and X, possibly they might lower the cost. So, I mean, it's a trade-off. Do you think they're going to bring the cost down? Or maybe they find that the cost to develop the self-driving capabilities is going to be more than they realized, and they might increase the cost to activate later on. So, I mean, it's a toss-up. Once again, it's a toss-up. You got to weigh the pros and cons of it. Any idea if the Model 3 has HomeLink or way to activate garage door? I did not see any references to HomeLink, but it's a very cheap addition. In fact, I'll probably do a video on it with my Model S. It's just a tiny little module that's under the hood of my car. I'd actually have to show you by popping off my nose cone. Personally, the HomeLink has been a complete flop for me, as if I'm in the car and I use HomeLink, and I'm just talking based on my experience for this, if I'm in the car and I use HomeLink, it usually takes about 10 tries for my garage door to open up. Usually by that point, I just take out my regular garage door remote and do it that way. If I'm out of the car and I use the app to activate HomeLink, it usually works 1 out of every 3 tries. So in terms of HomeLink working, it has been very unreliable. Now, as a convenience item for me, I programmed both my parents' garage doors and my grandmother's garage door into my HomeLink, so I don't have to worry about, having to get into their garage if they're not home. I can get in anytime I need, cut the grass, blah, blah, blah. So that has been a benefit of HomeLink, but personally, if it's going to be an added cost, and if they don't end up fixing it, and different software updates have made HomeLink act different, so they really need to improve that a bit. But a lot of things, they've been so busy worrying about other stuff, they're still passing up many of the bugs that still exist. And there is a red, looks like a Model X charging, and that looks like a signature red. It's a little dark looking. So for those wondering, I am now pulling in to the Madison, Wisconsin supercharger. Still only 3 stalls, and why does it look like they parked like complete shit? Because he did park like complete shit. And it looks like I'm going to be waiting for a charge. There's 2 chargers. Oh, how are we going to charge? Can you at least park normally?
I know I'm going to. I'm in a car. I came here like 12 miles.
Can you at least park normally?
I'm going to, I said.
Oh, okay. She said she's not moving. Got here with 12 miles. Wow, big deal. I usually pull in with 1 or 2. That was really rude. Let's just, I'm going to move the tablet here. And let's see if we can flip the screen.